she has to go ahead and not be able to handle your silence because that's the only option. So I'm saying women are so prideful, and she has to now sit here and be like, dang, I wish I could talk to him. I can't believe he's ignoring me. Or let's say if you guys are face to face, when women come at you and they're combative or they're just going a bit too ham and crazy, they might be like, are you seriously gonna ignore me? Are you seriously gonna give me the silent treatment? And this is why you guys cannot react, because she's forced to deal with the silence since you're not giving her nothing to go back and forth with. What you never want to do as a fella is sit here and argue with the female. You see how women are so quick to call you guys, what's that word, sassy, or oh, you're being sensitive or soft, or you're the problem. They'll do that, or they'll gaslight you or manipulate you, right? And this is all something coming from just entertaining her or going back and forth with her. So when you actually force her to feel the silence, she actually has to feel that you will not get nothing. Like when you dismiss a woman or give her nothing, right? Like you're not reactive, she then has to now like turn it back to her. But her pride, when it gets the best of her, it'll tell her like, oh girl, you don't need to say something. You don't have to keep going at him or saying something to him or say you're sorry, all that sorts of stuff. However, that can only last so long, because the silent treatment, what it does to her, even not texting her or in a sense just giving her silence where it's like a few hours or a few days, she then can go ahead and feel like there's something up on your end. So she might start thinking like, dang, is he having like a moment of not feeling me the same way? Am I so annoying? Right? But here's the reality, fellas. You don't get or have her feel the silence and actually deal with it when you are actually giving her something. So for instance, she might say like, I don't get why you haven't texted me back. Like, why are you being so silent with me? Or why are you just ignoring me, etc.? And then you might not say anything. Then she has to be like, dang, like, is he replacing me? Or no, he's gonna eventually say something. But depending on how much she doesn't have pridefulness and egotistic ways of hers, then she will go ahead and decide to say more and more. Now, a woman can tend to get emotional, worked up, like even going off, and also starting to feel crazy herself, like, dang, I'm doing the most, or dang, these emotions got me acting up. But once more, she only got to start feeling these emotions finally, let's say, because you have decided to give her the silence. Excuse me. A silence is also a way of her checking her own behavior, right? Same way when you give space and it gives time for a female to be like, dang, I miss him, or what is he up to, what's been going on with him, or I don't like this space anymore, or yeah, I realize my behavior, whether she takes accountability or not, right? It's the same thing kind of with silence, because in that given moment, it's time for her to self-reflect. And this goes down to internally and physically, right? So externally. So this could be her appearance, where if she's like a insecure woman, or she knows that you do have value, or she just has a thought or assumption that there is another woman, she might think that, dang, like, did he replace me, or I wasn't looking good enough, or something along those lines of like, maybe he started traveling. One key factor is is that you have to know that women can overthink, and her emotions can get the best of her, where she leads to making assumptions. So this can start making her think like, oh, this is why he's been working extra hours, or oh, he was silent the other day when he was texting. Normally he tells me who he's texting, and he doesn't take that long, and he's not normally not that silent. Or he just went out of town. He said he was with his boys, but one of his boys are single. You see, this is what silence does. This literally puts a hole, not literally, but like a hole in between the answers that's filled already in there. So there's a hole, but it's empty this time around. But normally when you don't give silence, you're either throwing words, actions, and all it does is just give her the reassurance. All it does is give her comfortability. So you're giving her the opposite at this point, and you're also making her start thinking that, wow, I must have gotten ahead of myself, or thought I was too good, that sorts of stuff. Before I continue on, have y'all ever experienced this before, where you given her silence treatment and it actually did something to her? Let it be known in the comment section. If you want part twos or anything you want me to elaborate on, whether it has to do with this video or not, let me know. And don't forget about consultations. If you want real results, if you're very much serious, I got you through consultations. You do have to go ahead and be ready for it, because it's about you. But I don't want y'all to book and like get hurt at the end of the day, or not play, or take yourself not seriously and play games with yourself, as in like, your goals, because consultations aren't just about dating, it's your overall life as well, or what those plans are and what results you want to have. And with that being said, don't forget my website has a lot of different options as to what you want to be doing to help yourself out, down to no contact guide and journal, all the way to audiobooks, master classes, even of course ebooks. Whatever you need help with, I got y'all. But again, you gotta be ready. I don't want y'all to just get it and it's gonna help you, give you all the information you need, all the insight, put you in a different position, put you ahead and advance your game. And even with the mindset mastery, advance your mind, and you're not actually putting it to work, right? It's one thing to hear even what I'm saying in this video, but it's another thing to hear and do something with it, right? So I just want to just put emphasis on, like, I want y'all to take it serious, or just understand, like, it's important. Now, consultations, yes, they're about anything. There's different options, so you can choose how you want to go about it. It's not just one-on-one. Lastly, Patreon, you can join as a free member and get at least one exclusive video a month. And I actually been dropping a little bit more than that for all my free members. So if you do want to get that access, you can by just being a member, and you can join the community as you become a free member. And there is already 250 plus content that other people can catch up on that want more of that. And if you're not on Patreon, you could join on YouTube membership. Now back to the video of the silent treatment and what it does and what it makes her feel and how it gets to a woman's mind and it just hurts. Yes, that's what it is, y'all. Now, when this is all happening, what is now going on with this female is she's feeling a way about how she has to check herself. Now, it's not that she wants to do it. This is why silent treatment is mandatory, right? When you're silent with her, you don't say a word, it's mandatory, because then it's that quietness that is uncomfortable, the staying still that is not chosen for her to do, but she has no choice to do, right? It's one of these, let me give you an example of how it goes. It's one of those times where whether a woman thinks she's going to be good or not without you, or she is talking to multiple people, has a roster list. So when she's doing this and going through her messages and she's just too caught up on that, and then she has a moment of like, dang, but wait, where has Brian or Joe, Michael, whatever your name is, where has he been at? So when she does this, she has a moment of going back to the messages, checking like, wait, we haven't talked in 2 days. This is not like us, or this is not like him, right? So it depends on the dynamic of your relationship. Once this now happens, she goes into the, oh my goodness, what's going on? Then it transitions into, but I don't like this feeling. And then it turns into, but I have to reach out because he's not saying nothing. Then it's sometimes where she might extend it, try to stretch it out longer. However, that's not a comfortable feeling, and she's not going to necessarily want to keep doing that. So that's where it catches up to her, and that's where things such as breaking no communication, that other stuff that I talk about in my other videos come up. So I will definitely break this way more, so much more to elaborate on in other videos. So of course, per usual, take care of yourself. Make sure you know that everything happens for a reason, and you will always get through what you go through. God will never give you nothing you cannot handle. I love y'all, and I will talk to y'all very much soon. Do not forget about the links. Join as a free member if you would like. Don't forget about my website. Bye, y'all.